Hey guys, welcome back to the Photo Banter podcast. Today's episode is a little different than normal with all the Corona stuff going on. I know everyone's just kind of feeling uncertain how everything's going to play out, business and health wise, and everything. It's definitely a scary time, different than anything I think everyone's ever been through. So I decided to sit down with a couple photographer friends, Chad Griffith and Kareem Black, both based in New York City. So we kind of got on this Skype call. Talked for a little while, just kind of where our mind's at, where our work's at, canceled jobs, and just kind of just seeing how everyone was and how everyone's just kind of feeling what we think is going to happen, and just kind of talk about all that stuff and photography and a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it and hope you're staying safe out there. And thanks for listening as always. All right, well, we're here. This is the first pandemic podcast. Crazy times. You guys are both in New York, man. What's the feeling over there? Everything. It sounds like they're going to be shutting down probably in the next 24 hours. What's New York life like right now? Take it away,
Chad?
Kareem. Take it away, Chad.
Uh, I mean, well, I'm in Chelsea, Manhattan, and Chad's out there. Where are you at? In Brooklyn?
Nobody knows.
Undisclosed location.
Yep.
And I mean, it's a little weird. Like it's definitely you know how traffic is on Christmas morning.
Yep.
That's how it is. Do you know, like there's still cars out, but it's very sort of the rate of it is lowered. I don't know. Like it's kind of strange. I haven't been to like a CVS where like the shelves are completely bare or anything like that. But you can see that people are buying shit. Like there is no hand sanitizer. There's like no obviously masks. They ran out a couple weeks ago. But the big thing for me is like there's no emails and no phone calls, no work.
Yeah. Yeah. Have either of you guys had jobs canceled yet, or anything you were supposed to shoot this week or next week? Because I know myself, I've had a few canceled already.
Yeah, I have most of my things canceled. I have a couple renegade people. I've had people reach out and ask me like if I'll be willing to shoot. I think having my own studio helps me a little bit because I can control the environment. I can provide a clean environment, and I can just keep the number of people low. So it still feels like it's in the early stages of everybody's trying to figure out what's the right thing to do and what we can do.
Yeah.
So it's still like weird.
Yeah, it's definitely weird because I have like because I'll shoot some event stuff here and there. Like I had some like one of my biggest months is like April and May because I shoot a bunch of stuff for Harvard. So all that stuff's gonna get canceled. So it's like it's pretty crazy, man. Yeah, because like even like Kareem and you guys, a lot of the shoots you do, I would imagine sometimes because it's like advertising. So there's like you got hairstylists, you got models, you got all these people. So the sets sometimes can be pretty big. So it's like you're saying, Chad. Are you like willing to shoot like now? Are you nervous, or what's your mindset right now with everything you read?
I'm fine with myself, and I'll take responsibility for getting myself sick or my recovery. Like I'm a generally healthy man. And so I'm not worried about myself. I'm worried about other people. And we don't really know yet. There's so many people that don't show symptoms. So that's problematic.
Right.
So I just don't want to hurt anybody unintentionally or intentionally. I don't want to hurt anybody.
I mean, I think that's why the entire world is just basically on pause right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I had a solid, what's today, March
18th, I think 17th, 18th, 18th.
I had a really solid March lined up, and that disappeared within a couple of days. But with the caveat that things are postponed until people figure out what's going on. Yeah. So like the job they weren't given to another photographer, they weren't canceled, but they're just sort of pushed until we figure out exactly what's happening, which is almost as bad because, me and the people who work for me and the people who run the places where I'm going to be shooting and like on and on.
Yeah.
changing their lives.
Yeah, because we're all freelance, so it's not like there's no like paid time leave, but it's affecting everyone. Because I just talked to my cousin and my aunt, and they all both work in the hotel business. And my cousin just got straight up laid off from her job, and then my aunt got she's a salesperson, so she works all on commission. They're basically like, oh, you can work like 2 days a week, but it's essentially she lost her job too because it's all commission, and no one's gonna be renting hotels and stuff. So it's just kind of it's affecting every industry, I think. Like I've been stressing out. I was talking to my brother because he's a sales guy too, so it's all commission, basically how we work. But it's like I guess we're all just gonna be screwed at the same time. So that's just kind of where, that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? Because like as you know, like it's like month to month. Like you're waiting for that next check, being a freelancer, and the bills keep coming. Like, what are you guys kind of telling yourself to like not to lose your mind?
I'm just trying to be optimistic through this whole thing and look at it as an opportunity. Like, if you told me I'll have 2 weeks of no distractions, like literally there are no distractions. I can't like go to the gym. I can't do anything. I'm here. So
Yep.
I might as well use this time to teach myself new skills,
Yep.
to, if I get wrapped up in my head with all the problems, then that's just um, it's going to send me into,
Yep.
He's
deep
not,
depression and
he's not
oblivion.
lying. He's not like literally. We're talking this morning. I was talking to Chad. I was like, "Yo, what's everybody doing?" Me, Chad, and Matt Salkus,
Yep.
And it's like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about signing up to some online classes, video editing and video stuff."
3D.
And I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, like that's so smart."
Hmm.
Yes, I mean, one to take your mind off of this weirdness, but also like, okay, cool. Like
What's
let's
the angle? That's what you have to ask yourself. Like, this is an opportunity, and
Yep.
like someone's going to get over during this time.
Hmm.
And this is a good time to transition and kind of re-outline,
Yep.
set up new goals, figure out. I don't know. I think this is a good thing.
Yeah.
there's
Definitely.
definitely a portfolio that I've been that I've been procrastinating on, like procrastinating on designing this portfolio.
Yep.
Like that, that's starting to get done. So,
Yeah.
Hell
you know,
yeah. Yeah, I think that's smart. Just stay busy and stay focused. And this, like you say, like this. I just been reading so much about like they say, like don't be going out. Like it's crazy because in my neighborhood, I seen people like basically like having barbecues and shit. Like there was like down the street from me, there was some person with like 10 cars in front of their house. Like some people are still not really taking it seriously. It
uh,
seems like
yeah,
I don't.
Yeah.
you know what the other thing is that I noticed a couple of days ago is all the people like the photo editors, the art buyers, and all that. Like they're not used to being stuck in their houses,
Yep.
but they're still sort of working from home, and
Yep.
it's like, you know,
They're checking their emails, actually.
I've checked in on a couple of people that I am friends with, but like there are photo editors are like, hey, what's going on? Da da da. Like they're home with their kids. Their kids are driving them crazy. Maybe they just want some like
Yeah.
outside sort of conversation or whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's weird for everybody. Is the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah, no, that's smart. Cause like, what are like some things you guys are trying? Like Chad, you were saying like you kind of want to like focus building like skill sets or stuff like that. Like, I'd be interested to hear kind of stuff like you want to build on. Like, I know myself, I want to get better at like Photoshop and this stuff like that. Cause like you said, like you never have this much time without distraction. So it's like hard to like have the time to focus on new skills. But what are kind of some of the stuff you're either creatively or business wise or things that you feel like you want to build on?
I think I just want to get more familiar with some of the video aspects, video editing,
Hmm.
3D,
Yep.
um, things of that nature. Basically, things that have been on my list to address, and now's the perfect time. So
Yeah.
from my studio, I brought a bunch of gear home. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So I want to take some classes, but also I might be even teaching some classes. Like maybe I'll do like a lighting demo day where, get some kids who want to see a lighting setup and I do it for 20 minutes and whatever.
Damn.
So
Yeah,
I think
awesome.
it's a good time
Dan, so
to do.
you would teach them like at your studio or like what are you kind of thinking? Like,
No, No,
Yeah.
just like this.
Oh,
You know what
really?
I
Just
mean?
yeah. No,
Why
that's
not?
no, that's fucking cool. Like you could just like, cause you're like so talented with your lighting and everything, and you're always like I think I talked to you like 6 months ago, like when we were at the Photo Plus Expo, and you had just bought like some old like I think maybe like some Fresnel lights or something, some
From
old like
HBO, yeah.
yeah, man. So it's just like kind of cool for you to hear. You're always just kind of like just tinkering around and just kind of building on your skill set, pretty much, huh?
Trying.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah.
have a softening filter there, Chad? Your skin
Oh,
looks
no,
amazing.
I have changed my skincare regimen, and
Damn.
this is also just called sleep. So
Yeah.
like my sleep score is going through the roof. I have a routine,
He's
but
hit
like
REM
I
sleep.
feel like I'm in high school. Like I get tired around 2:30. Like I'm ready for a nap. I never nap.
Yeah.
You look
I've been
great.
running up. Thanks, buddy.
College.
Moisturization.
Yeah, no, that's for real. I've been washing my hands so much they're like dry as shit.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
epidermis is just wrecked.
uh, what you been working on lately, Kareem? Like before all this craziness happens, I saw you shot like you had the cover for Backstage magazine. I forget the actress name, Lana Condor.
Condor, yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like a
Um,
cool project to work on.
well, the thing that I mentioned to you, which I was really excited about, was a potential ongoing project for Spotify, and they had
Oh
me on
shit!
hold for 10 days this month.
Damn.
Um, I just
Oh, buddy.
I just shot. Well, it's not. So I just shot Kevin Bacon for his podcast. It's on Spotify,
Yeah.
and Spotify wanted to do a whole podcast thing with
Okay.
podcasters. So like one was Jesus and Mero and like these sorts of people,
Oh
and it's
shit.
basically going into podcaster spaces and photographing them, like environmental portraits, and then also like little details of what's in the environment, like this little microphone, this
So
little
cool.
trinket over there. So I was really excited about it, and like in the back of my head, I was like, yo, this could be an entire portfolio,
Yeah.
you know.
Hmm.
And it just got delayed. So and that whole thing, that 10 days is now delayed, and now my March is entirely empty. So like in that space, what I'm trying to do is there is a portfolio that I've been trying to work on for
Yeah.
a solid 6, 7, 8 months. You know what I mean? Like, and the Lana Condor stuff's going in there, the Kevin Bacon stuff's going in there, like all the stuff that I've been shooting.
Yeah.
So hopefully that happened. But like Chad said, like every Sunday I try to put into my schedule, like Flern. Chad turned me on to Flern.
What's that?
PHLEARN.com.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah,
get
learn with a PH in front of it.
Yeah.
Photoshop.
Oh, what
and
kind of?
it teaches you Photoshop. Like it's really easy to digest Photoshop lessons. Like think of Bob Ross when he paints.
Yeah.
It's sort of they talk you through it, and I don't know. I've been doing that, and so I'm looking for more stuff like that. Chad's the one who turned me on to it.
That's pretty sick. I use Lynda a little bit, which is I think it's owned by Microsoft now, but yeah, it's kind of similar thing. They have like creative stuff, like you want to learn video editing and or even shooting, and but then they also if you want to learn how to use like fucking Microsoft Word or whatever. So there's like there's a bunch of cool stuff out there like that.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah. I mean, I think that there's a bunch of that like on Flurn. I'm learning stuff faster than I did at SVA.
really?
I mean, I don't know. Like you
Yeah,
like
because it's kind of cool.
um,
The online stuff's cool because you can pause it. Like you can
yeah,
kind of pause,
Yeah.
think about it. Because that's like at least for me when
try
I
it
was
out. Like
yeah
try it out on your own setup. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. I got that wrong. Let me rewind it. Try it
yeah
again.
yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Chad? What are you like trying to like work on lately, like photo wise? There's like anything like projects you've been kind of like putting off, or like anything you're like hoping to work on? Because I know you do all cool stuff for like Beats by Dre. Like I saw you shot Simone Biles lately. It was a really nice portrait. But anything
Thank you.
you've been kind of like on the back burner, like personal stuff you want to get on?
I mean, same with Kareem. My portfolio update, like my website update. I've got a lot. I've
Yeah.
got a lot that I mean, I could. It's embarrassing how long it's been since I've updated my website.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna lock that down. And I'm feeling more productive
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Like I did like my initial cleaning of my house. I got a clean space. I'm getting sleep. I'm moisturizing.
Yeah.
And also, whenever I freak out, I've been calling. I'll like check in on one of my family members. I'll go call my aunt. I'll call call my
Yeah.
mom, call my dad. And then
Yeah.
that kind of brings me back to, because, this is basically isolation. And
Yep.
when you isolate yourself, like you start to get depressed and in your own head. And so
Yep.
you need to connect with other people to like feel like humanity again,
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
And like I'm going through withdrawal from like human contact. And like
Yep.
I did the last shoot I did was like right on the cusp of is this safe or not. And I shot this actress and had the whole team and everyone kind of came in. There was no handshakes. It was kind of weird vibes. And we
Yeah.
had such a great shoot. And at the end of every shoot, like I have so much energy and you kind of just want to like give everybody a hug and like, okay, we did it, team. Like this is great. And it
Yeah.
was just so unsatisfying to
Yeah.
like finish the shoot and just kind of hold up your hand and be like, okay, let's touch elbows. No, give me a hug. We did something cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because I feel like, at least for me, like I work a lot on momentum. So like if you're shooting and you're kind of just keep building on it, like I shot a lot of stuff last month and then the last week I haven't really shot much. So then it's like even in that like 4 or 5 day span of like slowing down from when you're like ramping up, do you feel like you guys kind of a similar thing? Like if you're making good work, does it kind of keep you kind of motivated and keep kind of building pretty much? What do you think, Kareem?
I mean, it's definitely good to have a solid pace and like constant inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, I think that we're gonna figure out how to do this in this time right now, where like I can't just hit up Chad and Matt and like,
Yeah.
he's a master at this. When he does a shoot, he'll send us the pictures like straight from the screen, pretty much, and it's
Yeah.
like, oh God, that guy killed it. Do you know
He's
what I
been,
mean?
he
Like,
he's been on a heater lately, man. He's like out in Dubai, this shooting
yeah.
covers, man. I'm gonna get him on soon. I've been talking to him, but yeah, he's on a heater.
No, Matt Salakis is a master at all things. At all
Yeah.
things Salakis, definitely.
he's a hustler and
Yeah.
he's just, he's
Yeah.
taking Salaki's pictures,
Yeah.
killing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You know what was crazy? Like a little bit of an aside, but like related to the last podcast that you and I did, Alex.
Yep.
The crazy thing is, remember when I told you like I was doing the politics thing,
Yep.
and since Bloomberg got in the race, that job was kind of killed.
Yeah.
But then Bloomberg dropped out of the race, and I started like Bloomberg, the publication started to call me,
Oh
like,
shit.
"Oh, you do like let's start up this project," and I'm like, "Yo, that's so beautiful! Like, let's
Oh.
go."
Oh damn.
And
They're gonna keep it going.
literally a couple of days later, this whole thing started to happen. So it was like I had a project I loved, then I got killed, then it was back on, then I got killed,
Yeah.
but. You know what? It's gonna be back on. Like I know it's gonna be back. Like check me in June. Like I'll be doing that. I'm sure. You know.
Yeah, because what you both like, you guys were both shooting. Were you guys pretty busy? Like 2008 when the recession hit. Then I forget. I don't know what point in your career you were at back then. But like, what was work like that back then? Because I think I've talked to you a little bit about that, Kareem. Like in the last interview you did, like the 2008 recession. Did business just really kind of like come to a halt, pretty much, like they say? Like, what was your kind of experience, and how did you kind of get through that? I guess.
Well, I mean, this is something completely different.
Yeah,
What's
100%.
I think that, and the thing that really does scare me, like on some real shit, is that this is it. All the indicators say that this is completely worse. Like everything's shutting down. Everything.
Yeah.
The people who hire us, the people who, I mean, everything's shutting. Like nothing. All industry seems to be stopping. So, and I think that no one, including the powers that be, know exactly what is going to happen from doing that.
Yeah.
Like what happens when you shut the world down?
Yeah.
Probably shit that's not good.
It's a lot of the people that are a lot of the people, at least from I was watching some interview with Andrew Yang and someone else, and he was just basically saying like, who knows how long this is going to go, but this is really going to affect small businesses because they're not set up to like like if you own a restaurant or you own like whatever you own, like some little business, coffee shop or whatever it is, they're not set up to like shut down for a week. So it's just like a lot of businesses
Well,
are probably just going to close. But what are you going to say, Kareem?
photographers are small businesses.
Yeah, 100%. That's yeah, no doubt. So it's
You
just
know, so it's like I have no like that's a scary thing. Not to bloviate, but it's like in 2008, I think that everyone sort of had their finger on what was happening, and it was very bad and very scary.
yep,
But this is, I think there's a comfort actually right now that people don't know. Like we collectively have no idea. Like literally next month we could be in Thunderdome. Like you
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
but yeah.
cannibalism.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Yeah, because I mean,
Yeah.
shit. Even they're on the news. You never hear Republicans talking about. They're talking about they might give like $1,000 or $2,000 for each adult. Which I mean, they're gonna need to do something because people have no money. But it was just kind of crazy to hear even
Republicans talking about that kind of thing,
that never
you
happens. Yeah,
know, you
yeah,
know it's bad.
yeah.
So
But it's like even if you get $1,000, like you guys, shit, you guys live in New York. I live out in the Boston area. Like $1,000 doesn't go far. Like if you got rent and shit, so it's just like, it's wild, man. I mean, I think I know. I think in Italy they suspended mortgages and stuff like that. So, I mean, hopefully they do something like that. But I don't know,
I've
man.
rumors of things like that, tax like
Yeah,
delaying taxes and this sort of thing. Who knows?
Yeah,
yeah. Taxes got delayed
yeah,
3 months
90, yeah, 90 days right now. Uh,
for most people. I have to check if we fall in there,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah, I think we're good. But I think one thing that I've been thinking about is when things do start to pick up. Like I have a shoot maybe on the books next week, but it's
yep,
going to be like me in the studio with like
one
the one
person.
subject, whatever. But how can I support my community while I'm doing this too? So it's like, my friend who works at a restaurant that cooks at a restaurant that lost her job, I'll
Right.
have her do the cater, make like bag lunches. So
Yeah,
like she can do that, make her a little money, like try to get like my hire people that I would usually hire companies.
mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I need any gear, I'll rent it from my buddy who's got the gear and give him the money.
No,
You
that's
know
Yeah.
what
smart.
I mean? Like
Yeah,
try to
smart.
protect the people around you and build up the people around you,
Yeah,
and I think if we all did that, like we have the photo community is like big and small in the same time, and we can help each other out,
yep.
support each other, and support other people.
Yeah, I've seen some really cool stuff. Like people are, I think Day 19, which is a photo team. They're based actually in New Jersey. They used to be in LA. They shoot a lot of advertising, but they're like selling prints on their website, and they're just gonna donate that back to like some like charity thing that kind of gives back. I mean, I guess like. I guess I mean it's obviously it's tough times, but it kind of shows you like you really need community in these times, and it's like you can't do everything yourself, and everyone has to kind of like chip in and kind of like, like you said, Chad, like if you can rent the gear from your friend, do that like any way you can. And it's just like I scratch your back, you scratch mine, because like it's a team thing, it's a community thing.
Well, I
And
mean,
this is the great equalizer, right?
Yep.
It's like no matter your race, your color, like your sexuality, anything, whatever God you believe in, everybody's in the same situation, okay? And like,
Yep.
why don't like? I think everybody just needs to be nicer to each other.
Yeah.
I
You
think
Yeah.
know,
that, yeah, I think that point is so important. Like that's what at the end of the day, like this might teach us, where it's like, all right, cool, you got a virus that started out in Wuhan, China, yeah,
Yep.
and then like give it 2.5 months, and like everyone will have it. You
Yeah.
know, like that's the world is that small. Like
Yeah.
we sort of interact with each other that much, where the virus can spread that fast, and it's kind of like, all right, cool,
Mm.
moving forward,
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
hopefully
And,
we can adjust. You know what I mean? Where
Yep.
we think more of a world like you know what I mean?
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think I always expected some sort of like chaos like this to happen, especially living in New York. Kind
Yeah.
of,
Yeah.
it seems like a matter of time, but I always thought that there would be some sort of either natural disaster or war attached to this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And while it's scary, I'm not afraid of bullets or missiles coming through my
Yep.
window.
Yep.
You know, I
Yep.
have to sit on the couch and watch Disney Plus.
Yep. Yeah.
Yo, I was actually just talking to a friend of mine this morning.
If you steal
They,
my joke,
no, it's no joke. No, so I, can I? I'll do like 1 minute being serious, then we go back to jokes.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, so I was talking to a friend of mine. She's a British girl at this agency, and she was talking to me about how her grandparents, like what her grandparents did during the Blitz of like London in World War II. And I was like, oh my God, like did they fight? Did they fly like, airplanes or whatever? She's like, no, like they worked. The guy worked in. He checked like windows, made sure the windows were shut so that the Germans wouldn't see like window lights. And the woman, her grandmother, like was a riveter. So it's like,
yeah,
my point here is like all those little pieces added to the war effort, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, like what Chad was saying with like the online classes he's giving, or like even me helping my neighbors out, like we're all in this. That's part of our whole war effort. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not just, you see what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of it as Americans, and I'm guilty of this too, is like you were saying, Chad, like you're not worried about a missile coming into your front window, like the stuff you see in the Middle East and things like that. And shit, I just got back from Cuba like a week ago, and it was the first time I ever been to like a country like that where like just the basic necessities we take for granted, like water, soap. Like soap down there is coming by soap is like a difficult thing sometimes. When I was down there was days where we just didn't have water, and that's just normal for them, and they don't even complain about it. Like people here is like, oh fuck, my internet went out, and they're like pissed about it. Down there they're just like, whatever. Like I was down there
yeah.
hanging with these skateboarders, and they're like, whatever. Like the government's not gonna help us. Like we'll just figure it out ourselves. And like, not, he said, the kid was like, yeah, I'm not gonna complain about it. So it's just this kind of like, at least for me, this kind of eye opener, and be like, we kind of just live in a society of like extreme abundance. Like if you go to like,
Yeah, we're like, oh, what's the pH balance of this water? Is this ionized?
yeah,
Right.
Get out of here.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Because that's what I realized when you go to a store down there, which they don't even really have, is like if they have a couple items. You go to a 7-Eleven, a CVS here, there's literally like 10,000 different items you can just purchase 24 hours a day.
Right.
It's
Right.
just crazy. I don't know what my point was, but it was this kind of at least for me, it was kind of eye opener, especially with this. I mean, Kareem, you went to Haiti after the what was it, an earthquake, right?
Yeah, I went to Haiti twice. I echo absolutely everything that you just said. You know what I mean? Like, life does go on. Life doesn't have to be how we live it. Like it's like we live extra.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
extra.
Postmates, DoorDash. It's
Like,
it's like
yeah.
Amazon. Why can't I get this like whatever random shit you bought on Amazon? I need it now. It's like
Yeah.
Toilet paper I got, like a lot of people can't have that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Not that I hoarded it. I just
Yeah.
regularly live with a lot of toilet paper. That's just like a thing that I do.
Yeah.
But like,
And he has a sign on how to install the toilet paper in his bathroom.
Oh, really?
There's a
Yeah.
diagram, and if you do it wrong,
Oh,
you might get kicked. It's like a worse. What's worse? Is that worse than talking during Game of Thrones?
you know what I think? I think that we're all, let's be civil. You know what I mean? Like, let's be civilized. Like,
Yeah.
roll toilet
Come on,
paper,
have some class.
don't talk during Game of Thrones.
yeah.
There's
Yeah.
very few rules in my apartment, but those are two.
And don't call Kareem when 60 Minutes is on.
That's right.
Oh yeah, Sunday afternoon. That's a no go.
Yeah. Shit, man. But I guess, I wrote down some other stuff, not Corona related. Let's see here. Oh, were you guys surprised PDN went out of business? They stopped printing. I read that a couple weeks ago. What did you guys think?
I mean, I guess it was inevitable, but what a resource. And I mean,
Yep.
it's sad, and I don't think it's really set in yet. You know what I mean? And it was such a valuable thing, and I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be missed.
I think it's a resource that we all sort of took for granted.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yes, that's the word. Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I mean, in my career, like I've had love hate relationship with PDN, but
You're a PDN 30 guy, aren't you? You're
Me?
no Kareem, weren't
yeah,
you?
weren't you?
No, they call my
Oh wait,
ones.
hold on.
No,
No, it
what?
was but yeah, the PDN 30, like that was like a big thing for me. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Like,
yeah,
and also just as a photographer resource, like Chad just said, it's valuable. Like we need shit like that. We need a community. We need people to fucking talk to, ask questions about equipment and
hmm.
hear about war stories, people that we never met. Like, oh my God, that's what happened on that shoot that I loved for that
Yeah.
magazine
And find
cover.
new photographers.
Oh yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? Because as a photographer, I love photography. I love looking at finding new
yeah,
photographers, and I get inspired by other people. I get, the stories, everything.
yeah,
So there needs to be some sort of replacement.
yeah.
Right.
Maybe a podcast can open up a
I hope they come
website.
back.
Kind of,
I hope they
Yeah.
I
come
don't
back.
know.
Yeah, like something in that space, podcast,
Yeah.
like something like that. Seriously though.
Yeah, I
Oh,
wonder if we know any guys like that.
I
Yeah,
see what you.
yeah,
Yo, I
nah,
see what he did.
nah, it is tough though. Yeah, because I still look at some of the old issues, man, as just like
I was
inspiration.
distracted by the glow. Look at the
So
glow.
you're an archivist. Okay.
That's right, man. I got stacks on stacks, baby. It's
Huh.
PDN on
Interesting.
PDN, rangefinder, you name it. I got it, Chad.
Yo,
It's
Jen,
AGN now, buddy.
What is that?
how you
I said
glowing
it
like
should be
that?
AGN now. Now
Oh
it's
no,
what's
no,
that?
Right.
no, man. I'm all digital.
Kareem, this is why I wanted to push it back 2 hours, so I got the afternoon light. Like at
Yep.
1 o'clock, this was not good. I do have some diffusion over the light. I mean, come on.
I
That
don't
is
know.
glistening.
It's looking
You
like,
got to
dude.
polish the stone.
Is that balanced though? You're looking. Is that tungsten coming in from the right though? I think you got a little tungsten coming down the maybe.
Yeah, that's called flavor. That's
I was
called,
trying to do like a Steven Spielberg warm, cool thing. Or
yeah,
my
no,
eye
I'm in.
picture, something. Never mind.
This guy's glistening.
He's
Chat
Yeah,
already looks
there you
retouched.
go. There
he
you go.
does look retouched, man. He been yeah. Um,
Industrial magic.
Otherwise, I don't know, man. What else you guys been thinking about photo wise, man? Like what else you been thinking about? Anything on top of mind or anything working on? Anything you're trying to change? I don't know. I'm always just thinking the thing I struggle with, and I've always struggled with. I don't know if I think looking at your work, Chad, and even Kareem, both of you guys have like a distinct look. I don't. That's one thing I've always struggled with. Is like I think I probably asked you guys this before, but is it like is it something you think about a lot? Like this, your style and approach, I guess, and like where do you view it now? Because
Chat.
I feel like mine's
Uh,
just a fucking smorgasbord of shit.
I respectfully disagree. You know, I can be on my IG feed and see your picture and know right away. And I think that's the litmus test, right?
Yep.
The stuff was so fire.
Thanks.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, don't forget, man, you're a killer. You're a shooter.
I'm
Like,
trying, man. I'm trying, man. You guys
yeah,
inspire me,
you don't give
man.
yourself enough credit. You do not give yourself enough credit.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. I think we all have insecurities. Like when I look at my stuff, like I'm always trying, like you said, like I'm always trying to push what's like myself, like lighting wise, and what's next, and like trying to keep myself happy because I'm always not happy with my work.
Yeah.
But so I'm trying to use this time to like get excited about like mix the video with my photo style and get excited about that. And I think once, like you were saying, I'm also very momentum based,
Yep.
and I just need to get the ball rolling. And once I like find my lane with that, then it's off to the races, right? But like now I'm still kind of like dipping my toe here. Is this something I want to do and that can translate to my clients and
Yep.
can be beneficial for my clients?
Yeah.
Because like now it's like all a package deal, right?
Mhm.
And so like I want to give them the photos that I've always given them, but like what's the extra thing? Can I do a little 3D thing? Can I do a little video thing? Can I do a little video portrait? Just like
Yeah.
having more tools in the tool bag.
What kind of video projects do you want to work on? Like, what kind of excites you about that? I think Kareem, you do some video stuff here and there. I think if I'm
Here
correct.
and there, but I wouldn't consider myself I mean, there are people who do this.
Yeah.
I dabble in it, and I'm trying to learn. I wouldn't disrespect the craft by saying that I do it
Yeah.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to, you guys know Carlos Sorao?
I've been came out.
Legend, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
when
know
I
him personally, but
when
yeah,
I when,
he's done it.
he had an interesting thing when I interviewed him. He was like, "Yeah, I do." He does a lot of like little commercial stuff for like Nike and different commercial and companies or whatever. But he says he only takes video projects that are like 30 seconds to like a minute long or something. Like he's been offered like longer ones, but he's like I want to like master just this like short video thing. And I was like, wow, that's really smart because you almost like create your niche within that video kind of, or just helps you kind of put parameters on it, I guess. I thought it was just an interesting point.
And it
Hey,
matches
Chad,
people's attention span. Yeah.
I actually got a story here, and Chad knows about the story. So the point of the story is, I think that you do have to know what you can do and what you can't do,
Yep.
kind of thing. And basically, the story is, I was up to do I mean, I can mention names now, but I was up to do like a Kim Kardashian like commercial.
Oh shit.
And I was talking to Chad and Matt. I was like, look, man, like, I don't know if could I do it? Probably.
Yep.
Am I 1,000% confident right now?
Yeah.
No, like that's just me being like honest with myself. So it's sort of like, and also respecting people who have spent decades doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. Like you can't just jump into video and or photography,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but
I think
you're a quarterback, man. You're a quarterback. Like you can do it. You can like if you got that job, you would have pulled it together and you would have made it the fucking cream black video. Like you can do it. You know how to direct people, you know how to work a team, you know how to be a leader. Like you got this.
Yeah.
That was a weird moment. That Chad and Matt were both saying that to me. Like literally on our three-way text that we've got going for like 3-4 years now. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know,
You got it, Kareem. You bad motherfucker, Kareem. You got this.
Damn right.
but that one was like, okay, like let's calm down.
Hey man, I think those emotions are good to have. That's when you kind of push yourself to the next like chapter in your career, you know. Like the video production stuff. I've been like over the last couple of years, I've been working with my friend. He's like a gaffer. Like he does a lot of TV commercials and stuff down here. So I've been helping him out when I don't have other stuff going on. And I worked on like the Foxwoods Casino's new commercial, and it was like a big production. We shot all down at the casino, and the thing I realized with, I guess it's similar to photography productions too, but with video, it's like film production. Like the directors, half the time they don't even like know like the technical stuff with cameras and stuff like that or lighting. They're like you said, they're the quarterback, and they have this team around them, and there's like each person has a role. Like there's a guy that his whole job is to handle the electrical stuff. Then there's the lighting guys, and I think from like observing it, I was like, oh, the directors, they have enough knowledge, base knowledge about all that stuff, but then they just have like the network and team to put it all together and like make it all happen pretty much. That's just kind of what I learned. I mean, it's the same thing with like photography. If you need a good producer on those advertising shoots that can find locations, that can handle permits. You need sometimes you need like a professional retoucher because you don't have that skill set, and you got to push it off to someone else. So I think I kind of view it that way. It's just kind of like building those relationships, and then when the time happens, then you can call those people to help you, and you guys build it together. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's all I got. But anyways, this has been fun. Anything else you guys want to say about the corona? I guess in New York, you guys just hunkering down pretty much.
I just hope I don't gain too much weight.
Oh yeah, what's your corona snack, man? What have you been snacking on?
Oh man, I have a secret. I have a stash, and then I have a secret stash.
Oh shit.
Right? So like, okay, my wife Heather, if you're listening, I mean,
Turn it off.
it's in the filing cabinet.
Oh
It's in the
shit.
fire. Okay. Yeah, I got.
Chad's
I
out here
got.
hiding food in his house. That's fucking
It's for
amazing.
everybody else's good. You don't want me if I don't have some. I like. I have very few joys left.
Yeah, that's
I need
right.
like a peppermint patty every now and then.
Right on. All right,
Yeah.
guys. And
Eddie, you know what I would say? Like honestly, like you said, Alex, like and Chad probably backed this up. We're a community of photographers. Like we do need each other, and we need the people who sort of
yeah,
who we need the people who need us.
yeah,
You know what I mean? People that we hire, we need them.
yep,
And so, how do we help? How do we fucking help everybody through this difficult time?
yeah,
I feel like Chad was talking about who he hires like selectively and who he can give his money to. I think that's very, very, very important right now.
yeah. It's
And
being
photographers, we're like, I'm sensitive. I know a lot of other photographers are sensitive. We're emotional people. We get down, we get up, and like we all have friends that get down a lot. Call
Yeah.
that person, make sure they're okay. Check in with them. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
we got this.
That's right, man.
And the last thing I would say is wider than the photography community. Check in on your old neighbors, your elderly
Yeah.
neighbors. Check
Oh,
in
yeah.
on. We need each other right now. We all need each other right now.
Yeah.
Check in if you can do it. Check in.
Hell yeah. Just be thoughtful and think about other people. Yeah, I really appreciate it. And as always, it's always a pleasure talking to you guys. I appreciate your friendship, your work, and we'll be doing this again, man. We'll pound it out,
Give me
baby.
that.
And yeah.
Human touch. Human touch.
There's a hug, man. There's a group hug.
Yo, social distancing.
Social distancing. All right, guys. I'll send you the link.
Is this recorded?
Yeah, man. It's going on YouTube, baby.
Wait, is the video the video's recorded? I didn't agree to this.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
I
dude.
thought that's why you were glowing like this, dog.
Yeah, man.
Oh, I was just doing this for
Dude,
morale.
you're looking lean to me, man. You got the chiseled jaw. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good, man.
Give me a week with this drawer full of snacks, bro.
Yeah. Hey, do you get those Beats by Dre for free?
No.
Oh shit,
No.
man. No free.
You know
swag?
what? But Michael Klein, Circadian Pictures, got me the nice little blue one. Shout out to him. Thank you for Christmas. I love them.
All right, guys. Take it easy. I'll talk to you soon.
Gentlemen,
You
good to
guys
see
are the best.
Later.
Good morale.
Peace.
See ya.